Hello, Tony, and thank you for your time. I do hope you are healthy and safe. How are things over there? Do you think we will get back to normality soon?
Well, I certainly hope so, but I fear it might take still this year until things get better. But unfortunately, this is something that I said also 1 year ago. So you never know. But eventually this COVID thing will go through everybody, or everybody will be vaccinated, and things are bound to get normal one way or another eventually. But better soon than later.
Than
I
never.
think. Yeah, yeah.
What did you do with your spare time during quarantine?
Well, best thing that I have done is spend time with my children. I've been away a lot during these years, and they are still of that age that it really makes a difference if I am home or not. So they're still in preliminary school, so it's really important, and it has been really fantastic to be home and also resting, staying home, having nothing to do with Sonata Arctica. This has given me a healthy breather. So it's been a sort of sabbatical for me. For already some years, I've been hoping to get a longer break without anything Sonata Arctica. For more than 20 years already, life has been for me that I write songs, then we go in studio, we finish recording the album and get it ready, and then I start making interviews because everybody wants to talk with me because I'm the singer, songwriter. And then we go on tour, and that lasts for 1, 2 years or something like that, and then everybody else goes on vacation except for me because I have to start writing songs. And even if I try to take a vacation and I have some time off, when I get relaxed, I get great song ideas and I'm suddenly working, even if I don't mean to. So that's how my life has been. And now this situation has given me a chance to rest and sort of rejuvenate my sort of hunger make this thing in the future as well, because I'm going to be 47 this year, and at this age a lot of people start questioning what they are doing with their life, and decide to go and change their career, study something, and become a whatever other thing they might want to do with their life. And I also had that idea, but I don't know what else I would do. Become a carpenter, maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah. This break has given me, new. It has sort of resparked my joy of music and touring and the band life and everything. So this has been a healthy thing for me. In that sense, I feel really fortunate because that definitely has not been the case with many people.
What did you miss the most?
I think touring, like the atmosphere of a tour, spending, traveling from one place to another and seeing people, the audiences, and different cultures. That's a thing that you start to miss a lot. The tour life. When you get to do that a lot, you definitely get a little bit tired of it, obviously, because you are constantly on the road, and I do love spending time home. I'm like a house mouse myself. I love staying home, but after doing this for so many years, 20 years and more, touring, it has become such a sort of part of my genetic
Yeah.
structure in a way to be on the road. So you can't escape the feeling that when the certain time of the year comes, like autumn time, that really want to be on the road and tour and hang out with the guys and so forth. So that's the sort of thing that you really start to miss after a while.
How tough is it for a band to have to stay away from their audience?
Well, that's the audience and the fans are the things that make bands possible. Like usually, at least anyway, and then for us that has always been the case. We would not be here without the fans. So it's been like almost a nightmare in that sense. We are a band and we are supposed to play in front of an audience and spend time with the fans in that form. And And outside of what I've just said, that I've really enjoyed the time home. It's still at the same time it's an awful situation, and it should not be. But like I said, it has, fortunately for me, it has probably given me enough energy to continue doing what I do and Sonata Arctica thing up until uh, we die with our boots on.
Sonata Arctica are releasing Acoustic Adventures Volume 1. What was the idea? Why acoustic? And why now?
The first idea for any form of acoustic releases came already like early 2000, maybe 2001 or something, when we recorded a song called Mary Lou acoustically, and I thought that wow, this would be really great to do in a larger scale, like a full album, but nothing came out of that, and then much later we had few acoustic songs that we played also among normal heavy metal shows with Sonata Arctica. And then I think it was 2014 when we had acoustic summer festivals in Finland that we played like normal rock festivals, but we played acoustically, and that was fun. And that was still like really a raw skeleton of what acoustic adventures would form to be later on, and 2019 was that year when we went on tour, and Acoustic Adventures was born basically, and that tour also managed to convince our label, then still Nuclear Blast, and now it's Atomic Fire, to they wanted us to go in the studio and record these songs and bring it in an audio release form as well, because it deserves to be there. They thought, same as we did, that this we are approaching this thing with big heart and really putting a lot of effort in the arrangements and everything, and not just playing the songs through in the original form only with acoustic instruments, because that's sort of selling yourself short. But we changed a lot of things, kept an open mind, rewrote a lot of parts for a lot of songs, and they are like completely new songs in many ways, a lot of them, and that's how the whole thing slowly brewed and got to be in real form, and it turned into a reality. And we actually recorded both of these volumes, volume 1 and 2, in already almost 1.5 years ago, autumn 2020. And this volume 1 was supposed to be out January last year, alongside
Oh,
with the tour supporting it. We were supposed to go on tour with the acoustic album, but that was not to be at the time, and we thought that okay, if we can't go touring, there's no point releasing the album, so let's postpone everything for 1 year, later, and everybody thought that of course naturally the world will be different and much better after 1 year, but no, it's not. But regardless, we are now releasing the albums anyway, because we can't postpone them any further. Otherwise, we'll start, yeah, we'll have too many releases, because we want to go in studio and record the normal Sonata Arctica album as well in some point. So we needed to get these songs out, and the volume 2 will be out later this year, I think in October.
if I asked you to choose only one Sonata Arctica album and only one song, which would that be and why?
Wow. In that way, I think at least in Finland, Talula song from Silence album has been a big hit, and it's one of the most meaningful songs of our career. So I think I should choose Talula to be that song. It's one of
Okay.
those things that have sort of worked really well with the audience, and also, um, although the first album was really it got received really well, but I think Silence was the first album that was a real Sonata Arctica album that was thought and recorded and composed to be an album. Whereas Ecliptica, the first album, it was more like a collection of songs that we already had there ready, that I had been playing around for years and years.
What you love the most, singing or songwriting?
That's a really difficult decision, because I sing all the time anyway. It's part of my nature, and the thing is that I also compose. The songs sort of come out naturally, and which I like the most. I suppose if I had to choose one of them, I would have to choose probably composing. It's a rough choice, but I need to be able to write new material and new songs all the time, and I need to let it out. So I think I love. I don't know. That's an impossible question to answer. I'm sorry.
How do you create new songs for your albums? Where do you get your inspirations from?
Well, I don't know. It's a flame inside somehow. It's something that I need to get out. Even if I'm not writing songs, I oftentimes when I'm sitting in sauna or standing in the shower, I suddenly get a great idea for a song and I need to run out and find my phone or some form of recording device and hum the melodies in it. and, and the inspiration it's basically, you could say that it's life, anything around me, people, nature, the world, anything, everything, children. It's everything functions as an inspiration. Other music as well, you might find songs that are really inspiring and you want to do something in a similar fashion and that often changes, of course, the way you approach your own songwriting. So it's just life, everything and anything around me. I'm not really restricted to any one source of inspiration in that way, and I think it's really good that way.
Why do you believe power metal has made it to the top of the metal genres over the last 10 or 15 years?
Well, I think the name of the genre, power metal, it says a lot. It explains the thing. That a lot of these songs and the bands function as a source of power to people. The songs are oftentimes really inspirational in a way that they make you better yourself and your life and then push through the hard place and such. And I think oftentimes, mostly power metal genre could be also described as melodic metal because there are often sing-along melodies and they are like how do you say it? It's almost like pop music, but not at the same time. Pop meaning popular music in a way that the form of the songs is often easy to grasp. It is not too progressive and they are easy to sing along and everything. And then I think that all makes power metal what it is, and it has found such a wide audience, and even a lot of people that are outside metal world, they might find something to like about power metal. Well, usually that might be about like a power ballad or something like that. But it's really difficult to say. I think Sonata Arctica we have drifted quite a far away even from power metal, whereas I think we never ever really were the purest form of power metal. I've heard quite a few times actually from real power metal heads that Sonata Arctica is not even power metal, and well, that's part of what we are. Yes, I do agree, but we are also not really that limited. We were always a little bit of the oddball, even in power metal. We were too different to be pure power metal or pure anything for that matter. I think it's really difficult to really put us in one box. We have had different styles along the years, and it makes us really difficult band in many ways. Also to market, unfortunately.
For marketing reasons, you are a power metal band.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Although I have been fighting it because I think it's like, let's say, Talvi album, the previous album. You really cannot label it power metal. I think not at all.
Yeah.
It's something totally different. I don't know what it is, but I suppose it's metal anyways, but or some kind of heavy rock. But yeah, we are. I've seen different labels for us, and generally speaking, I mostly I approve melodic metal. It's not too restricting, I think, in that sense, and it says a lot about what we are.
How come we haven't seen you live in Greece yet?
That is a really good question. I have been to Greece once, the mainland Greece, I mean, and that was 2004, the year of the Olympics. We were promoting our Reckoning Night album, and
Mm-hmm.
me and Yanni, we came there to give some interviews, and that's the only time we have been to Greece, and I have no idea why that is, because our grand heroes, Stratovarius, they played there many times, and we've heard such great stories. And I have no idea what happened and why we never get to play in Greece, why nobody invited us there. Although do know that we have fans there, and
Yeah, you have many
but
fans here.
yeah, I know, and uh, suppose it's a matter of us working with the right people, our management finding the right people in Greece to make the shows happen. And I don't know what has happened, why we never got to play there, but that is definitely something that we aim and hope to fix in the future.
Do you have any plans for touring at 2022?
Yes, we do. We are supposed to go on Latin American tour in April. That's only 3 months away, so it does not look too good, really, at the moment, to be honest. But then later on this year, we're going to have Acoustic Adventures tour in Europe, and I think also some like regular Sonata Arctica shows in a line. But these are the pencil-written years, and everything can change overnight, unfortunately, still. But let's hope those autumn shows will happen at least.
Any European tour?
Yes, that's a European tour, yeah.
Thank you so much for the interview. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mary. Have a great night.
You too. Thank you.